Okay.
Real quick, I want to explain the build to people who are asking about it. We're using a bow with overload arrows to kill the overload champions, and Outbreak Perfected with the Unstoppable Pulse Rifle mod from the artifact to stop unstoppable champions. For everything else, I'm pretty much just blinding with Wendigo, picking up a kill with a fusion grenade, which I have 2 of because I'm using Starfire Protocol. If I get damage in while standing in a rift, I get more grenades, which equal more power ammo, so it's just a real nice synergy. I heal teammates, I get nade kills, I empower rift, and it's easy day. Got taken armaments and taken repurposing. Taken repurposing is super important because if I get a finisher, it gives me a grenade back. For some reason that counts. Then I got high energy fire and stacks on stacks. I'm going distribution and perpetuation here simply because I always want the rift since the rift equals grenade. And then you also wanted to see my transversive. My roll is very, very good. So the strat for this is just built on consistency and being able to quote-unquote chill. Just take it real easy. You don't have to be MLG Destiny player 5000 to get through this nightfall. Chat asked question about resilience in PvP. I like resilience because I survive body shotting from snipers, which is what I like to do to people.
Scouts have reported a sudden change in ticket behavior in the EDZ.
Bad news that the Taken crowned a new king.
Resilience on a Titan, though, is barricade energy, so that's non-negotiable. On Warlock and Hunter, you want 5 minimum to survive body shotting, 6 if you really dislike Thorn, 7 if you really dislike shotguns.
Wall.
So the first thing I do is jump on these couches on the right and take out these arc shields, since they will spawn those Axion darts that track us down and ask for our lunch money. Next thing I do is I'll set up a lure here. That way someone can get the stop on this champion. And every now and then I'll tag it with an overload arrow so that if he aggroes and hits somebody, they survive. Next thing is once they break this blight, I go for a armaments proc up top to give me some free ammo, throw this down, and now we focus on the champion. There's going to be a sniper that appears to the right in a moment. We just flick to the right and take him out. And even if he hits us, we have healing nades. It's only worth using the nade when you anticipate that he's going to get stunned like that, because they'll do more damage directly after the stun. Then I run to like this little locker right here because it gives me a vantage point on some of the leftward snipers. You have to shoot them through the tree and know that there is a retaliation swarm. So as soon as you get the headshot, just back up. There's also one on top of the bus. So bus sniper down, but not the one to the left of the blight. You can see he's like covered by branches, which sucks because ideally you have to beat everything in the room to get to him. He can shoot you without you being able to hit him, which is why that like locker area is super good for this. So I'm gonna create some space right here. We might be able to finesse a finisher. Huge. And if I needed to, trash mobs for ammo. Gonna go ahead and move on to the champ. Since I'm using Hush, a hipfire headshot will give me a faster rate of fire. And with mouse and keyboard, this is super free. Now for this next area, from front to back, usually clear, use the blinding launcher to break all of the Taken invincibility tethers. And since I'm using Taken repurposing, I can get my grenade back for breaking a shield, which is super advantageous for getting collateral damage Taken armaments. Now create space right here, just camp in the rift up top, make those nades back, use the well if I have to.
Look out. There's a big
Yep.
orb. They're really powerful.
Almost done.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Focus left.
We back in 2010. Oh god.
That teleport was wild. He did the super smash wave dash.
Buddy.
All right, let's get back to that ledge just to show off that this is the safety strat. If you just absolutely have to live, you can hit the overloads from here and there's nothing they can do about it. Let's kill the arc guy first if possible.
That actually went all the way over there. That is.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely long shot with nades from over here. But, I mean, I might proc a retaliation swarm off this, to be honest. Yeah, he moved. I did proc a retaliation swarm. Oh.
Damn, Kim.
I'm killing the
Really?
left one. And I just keep rifting. Again, this isn't flashy, but this is just a real chill way to 100% get it done with no effort. Which is what I think is the difference maker in these kind of grinds. Because you know you're going to be doing this all week. That's right, I hit him with that first nade. The funny thing is the
Okay.
invis smoke will flinch your screen, your aim. So if you don't know it's coming, it's just jarring sometimes. It's still helpful though, because it gives you a reload benefit. And I think some base stats like movement speed and whatnot, but
Yeah, it gives you movement speed and
recovery and whatnot, yeah.
Yep.
So that
And
sometimes you
too.
might notice that you survive a random sniper shot or something in this, and that'll come from two things. It'll be from stuff like Heart of the Pack. It'll be from lingering overshield, and also the overload arrows. The overload arrows will make the enemy do less damage. Cool. From Ingram. So for this next part, we want to lure the two champions into this hallway. On a Titan, I normally barricade this area right here, because if you stand behind the barricade, you will live, and it's a real quick lure to get them over here. Which if you just stand at the wall, their shield blast doesn't really do anything. And then once you get that first lure, you back it up into the hallway, and it's pretty easy. As soon as
Get
the
over
champ
here.
is staggered, it is worth using the grenade, because more damage.
Oh.
Is the second one still up?
No, that's
both
both.
All right, optimal order in this area is the Vandal first. then the Phalanx blind, then the Scions to the left. You can keep chunking a blind grenade over there if you need to.
I charged.
Don't get comfortable here though. The Scions will like teleport back to their tether area and totally throw you off guard. Like you can check it twice and they'll still teleport behind you. Kid. I got punched.
All good.
Yeah, I should have blinded that, but that's okay. This is the part where you refill ammo, so take deaths here if you need to. You notice I'm only on 6 bullets. I'm about to have a lot right now.
While y'all are doing that, I'm gonna take care of the vandals outside.
What?
Okay, never mind.
Like I said, we're doing this for ammo. So now I can throw the rift down, get some ammo, kill some vandals. And the reason I choose down before up is because I can proc Hush from this bottom hobgoblin. And if there's a teammate behind you ever, always, always, always crouch so that they have the vantage point to hit. Also, don't trust this wall texture here. The arrow will just get stuck on it. Knight we can take out now, but not a good idea because he backed up behind the wall. So let's go back to the top hobgoblin.
Shit.
It's okay. So what this order is really doing is letting us take more advantage of Hush. And now we can choose to kill the Knight from up top or get up close with swords, which is what we're going to do with Imbiz right here. So I blind him, take him out with nade repurposing, and just keep one blinding nade on him every couple seconds. Easy. Now the next thing I want to look for is the hobgoblin, because I need to keep attacking it with a bow, because if I don't hit it with the bow, it will start doing those retaliation swarms, and that'll pretty much one-hit us and wipe us. And if he runs, someone needs to throw a grenade, so just always yell that out. In this next room, it's totally okay to just fly in with the blinding launcher. I'm looking for taking armaments off the first set of Thrall. And then the back area, I'm just shooting a blinding launcher so that they don't make the boss immune. And keep in mind here that any headshot improves DPS with Outbreak, since it's adding the nanites onto the boss. The next priority target is the top left knight, because he shoots fire down below.
I'll fall off.
So same thing as last time. Yeah, it falls off sometimes. You can bubble up top, whatever you want to do, as long as you get it back before the end. I'm blinding the knight so fire doesn't destroy us. And we want to keep the bow on that hobgoblin for as long as possible. I'm burning extra power ammo to make sure that that knight doesn't hurt us. Then blind another group of tethered ads. Might break Knight Shield, perfect, so I get one back. Next room's where I refill, and the room after it's where I refill. Fun fact is you can use a finisher or throw nades at this wall right here to refill if you want to. So like I can use a finisher here and it will warp my orb on the other side sometimes if you use certain finishers. And so what you can do is skip ahead and start some champions yourself if you really want to burn the time. But at the moment, it's just not an optimal strat. It's not worth. Instead, just use this as free ammunition. Wizard's pretty simple. Just blind. I can keep it blind until somebody with a void shield gets over here. Keep farming the shadow throw if I need to. He's trying to get in.
Yeah. Oh! Oh, no. Thought he would kill me. Oh well. I think it's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I'm not chasing down. Sometimes this guy likes to back up, sometimes he doesn't come out. Just shoot the wall and he'll come out. If he backs up, you can chase down with swords. Pretty consistent. Since the goblins tether up top, just 2 Wendigo to deal with them. Very simple. And if there's still Scion below, make sure you keep Wendigo out and primed. Ideally, you want 10 to 13 rounds of your Wendigo for the ending part. And you'll have an extra opportunity to pull taken armaments in the final room. You might have noticed my armor said counter charge at the beginning. That means if we stop a champion, I become charged with light, which is extra damage. Didn't quite get the heal nade there. You're good. So now, to guarantee that I keep my charge with light, I'm going to try to get the kill with abilities, not with guns. So nade refills nade. I'm going to blind him in a sec. So notice that I keep my charge with light because I'm getting ability kills, not weapon kills, which means extra damage on this boss. Now, as soon as this orb breaks, I like to get the well down early so I can set up, since I want to be at the edge of this or even out of it if possible. Dump the entire Wendigo magazine without killing yourself, and then just shoot some bow into him so that he doesn't one-hit kill your teammates, preferably. And then remind that the bubble needs to go up, otherwise we die.
Oh, oh.
Back it up. Back it up.
Oh.
To the corner of the room. Perfect. Sword block. Perfect. Yeah, a bubble is a guaranteed thing. That's like just a fat finger, which happens on occasion. Ideally, you want to win even if you fat finger, so you always have like that second redundancy or third redundancy. So sometimes your DPS on this boss is going to suck. What you do is you just say, all right, no more DPS. We're running like to this area over here and set up the fortress, set up the barricade, the healing nades, everything. And let's see what we got. I think it went to Postmaster.
We'll go to the tower.
Okay, cool. Now my Titan build is very, very similar to this one. It's going to be Armamentarium with taken repurposing, taken armaments, high energy fire, and I think it's shield break charge is what I like to use on that one, because I'm always breaking shields in that strike. But yeah, between 2 swords and a Wendigo is the way to go, no pun intended. Yeah, Dimitri in chat suggesting Falling Guillotine, True Teller, and a bow. Also fantastic. But any excuse I can use with Outbreak Perfected, which by the way, I'm 1 completion away from the Catalyst, I like to use Outbreak. It's just a fun gun. And with this pay-to-win ornament, you have a red dot sight. For the record, I think this should absolutely be an in-game thing, not an Eververse thing. Any time that the sight changes, I would rather earn it in-game. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't buy a cool ornament too, just to, you know, put some dollars in the tip jar. A cool thing, now that chat mentions it, with Outbreak is it's very, very consistent with Unstoppable Pulse Rifle, because the nanites will act as the pulse rifle damage, so you can just hold ADS while the nanites eat them up. Eat them up, eat them up. Reese's, fuck it, get the advertisement. That's pretty much how Twitch mid-roll ads are going to be. I'll be like, so this is my Warlock build, and then it just immediately cuts to a Reese's Puff commercial 30 seconds later, and I'm like, and that's the build. And the viewer's like, no! I missed it. Why does this game keep giving me sanguines? That's over.
You had your chance.
Yeah, it did have its chance. There's a one-eyed mask counter.
Alright, Cam. This video's gonna start happening. Look. Hold on. Let me get it.
Oh, what'd you get?
Shinobu's. Let me put them on. It's not the best, but it's way better than what I had before, so.
Yeah, definitely not the best. Need to swap that strength for discipline. Shinobus are pretty good though. So yeah, I hope that Bungie continues doing these double loot weekend kind of things or weeks. This has been the most profitable grind in Destiny maybe ever for creating endgame builds. I finally finished all my Titan PvP builds this week. Straight up, I had 0 competitive builds on my Titan. And I went from 0 to now 3 of them. 3 of the best builds possible. 4, arguably. So, yeah. Go trials? Stop farming? No, that is a terrible suggestion, chat. I'm gonna do the math for you here. So I can match a cheater for like 3 out of the 7 games, have a terrible time, right? Or, like, keep in mind how long a game takes at trials too, because everyone cranks up the intellect, sword peek, hide behind wall. Not like I've been saying this for years or anything, but yeah, that's optimally you play in trials, right? It sucks to play to win in this playlist. It's just unfun and it takes too long. And if you lose, you're not really getting the rewards. Like, sure, you can get the tokens to turn in, but ideally you only play trials when it's a shotgun or a sniper week early in the card, or if you need a specific armor piece to finish out a pinnacle set. And this is not a week where that's the case for me. So trials is straight up useless. So now in half the time of getting that armor from trials, I can go load up the dungeon, go to the boss checkpoint, and farm the boss repeatedly for armor. Probably get better stat rolls, cooler looking armor, and for people who are real trials OGs, you get to have the ornaments from... Here, I'm just switching to my Titan so you can see. You get to have the Trials of the 9 ornaments, the real trials. The use a primary, okay, trials. See? We get to use the original ornament. The last flex in Destiny, besides the button. Let me make sure I have that in the inventory. Yeah, that's the final flex in Destiny right there. Only the real ones know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, for half the time, you can have a more efficient grind by not playing trials. So you're avoiding something that is unfun and getting more profit from it. But you know what's even better for farming than the dungeon? Is the double loot nightfall, which is what we're doing. This is... exotics don't get sunset. So if you get really good exotics now, it makes it even easier to get armor, which is already easy to acquire. Honestly, I know I'm heavy against sunsetting, but if they're going to do it, generosity at this minimum is good enough for me moving forward. If it's this easy to gear up, I'm down. Because this is a build that I never thought I'd see on this Titan for at least a couple more months. And it's already happened. This is like the most min-maxed I think I can get Titan Ramparts. Which is a really good anti-cheat build, which enables me to counter sniping to an extent. Yeah, I could get a better Titan Rampart, but these splits are nuts. So yeah, I think I'll cut that recording there.